It is Game 2 of the California Collegiate League Championship Series here at George Sparky Field inside Ullman Stadium at California Lutheran University, as the Yokes, after a exciting ninth inning, scoring 6 runs, brought it back and stole Game 1. We now bring you to the booth alongside Sammy Fawn. I'm Judo Connieson. Well, Game 1 gave us everything, and we can only hope for more here in Game 2, Sammy. But it was one of those games that you felt the Stompers just let go. I mean, you talk about it. There was 5 errors for the Yokes defensively. They couldn't get things going. But that ninth inning, you score 6 runs, their 4th walk-off win of the season. How can the Yokes not play tomorrow?
Yeah, the Oaks, they've got to lock in on their defense today because they know that the Stompers are not happy at all about the way they lost yesterday's game. They punished the Oaks when they made mistakes, but in that ninth inning, they just lost it. You mentioned it. The Stompers, they had that game in front of them, and the Oaks took it from them, and it was all capped off with a 6-run ninth inning for the Oaks. The Stompers, they were ahead by as much as 6 runs in that ball game. So I think the Stompers, they definitely have the stamina to win, but they've got to keep that dominance consistent throughout the entire game. You saw a very dominant pitch game by Devin Laginto, 6 innings, allowing just 1 run. And then, the bullpen following after that, or Laginto, a few runs in the 6th inning. But the defense and, the Stompers, they're going to want as many runs as they can get.
Yeah, well, to remind you, this is a best of Game 3. This is a best of 3 series, so it is a do-or-die situation for the Sonoma Stompers, as they will be the home team today here at George Sparky Anderson Field, as we take you now to the field here on a beautiful Thousand Oaks day in Southern California. So the Oaks leading 1-0 in this series, an opportunity today to clinch back-to-back championships in the California Collegiate League, as the leadoff man Tommy Kenlinger is going to step into the box for the Oaks first, as he's been the leadoff for all 3 playoff games we have seen from the Oaks this season, and it's going to be Brandon Leon now making his 3rd start of the season. He comes to the mound first. So the first pitch here at 4:01 p.m. is a ball outside. And to get to your batting order to get things started here at Game 2, it's Galloway due up next, and that'll be Tyler Hawley. And then the middle 3, Devin Wilkes at first base, Nolan Johnson at catcher, Landon West in the designated hitter role like we saw him yesterday. And then your final 3, Zach Moore at shortstop, Jax Jimenez at right field, and Ethan Gonzalez at second base. And, well, Sammy, that bottom of the order certainly proved pivotal for the Oaks, as that one is a line drive into right field. It'll drop for a base hit. And we have our first hit. It's a leadoff single.
Great piece of hitting there by Tommy Kenlinger. He had a big hit in that bottom of the 9th inning yesterday. He hit a single to left field that at the time made it a 3-run ball game. He grounded it just into left field. And that set the stage for Devin Wilkes at the time, who is in the starting lineup today and playing at first base.
So now Jacob Galloway, the left-hander, stepping to the plate, now already with a runner on, would be Tommy Kenlinger. So Brandon Leon already with allowing 1 runner on the bases. First pitch, it's popped up high into center field as Hageman moves towards and is making the play. So 1 out, 1 in. Well, to get to Brandon Leon, talked about it. He started 2 games this season for the Sonoma Stompers. Pitched a total of 10 2/3 innings, had 13 hits allowed, 6 runs, all of those being earned, allowed 7 walks, and had 11 punch-outs. So Leon trying to pull back the Stompers here as they face a 1-0 deficit in the series.
And this is the man that the Stompers definitely want to look out for today, as he struck later on in the game with the walk-off 2 RBI double. Yeah, Tyler Hawley, he stepped into that at-bat in the bottom of the 9th. He was 0 for 5 at the time, and then after a lengthy at-bat, he just ripped one down the left field line, and once it was fair, you knew the game was over.
So 1 out, 1 on, just a check at first base of Kenlinger. First pitch, Hawley takes low for a ball, counts 1-0. Well, into your defensive things behind the dish for the Stompers. Someone new, Esteban Sepulveda, the other catcher for the Stompers, at right at first base. Paul Lazul at second. Silken at third. Handren, and then at shortstop, it's Kyle Olympia, who did not start yesterday versus the Oaks, but he made the start at short versus the Walnut Creek Crawdads in the Sonoma Stompers 3-2 win in the North title game. So he's back at shortstop, and then from left to right, it's Trenton Keys, Cameron Hageman, and Quinn Medine. Medine out there in right field. So a 2-0 count here to Holly. That was the 4th walk-off win of the season for the Oaks, first postseason. That one's driven into left field this time, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Kendlinger digs in. He's going to dig in from third base. He's heading home. And there's going to be no play. So in 3 batters, the Oaks already have the first run of the game. It's 1-0.
Oh, we're off and rolling right away as Tyler Holly does what he did late in yesterday's game as he just rips that one into left field, and he drives home Tommy Kendlinger, who scores easily from first, and it's 1-0 Oaks.
Yeah, Devin Wilkes stepping out of the play, and you really can't talk enough about the contributions that he had coming in as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning. He replaced Daniewicz in the 2-hole. He was 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs, a run, as well as a double. First pitch to Wilkes, he swung on. That's going to drop for a base hit in the left field. Coming home is Tyler Holly. So back-to-back RBIs from both Wilkes and Holly. And it's already a 2-0 ball game, Oaks.
Oaks chipping away early on, getting at the Stompers right away in this game. You know, something that we saw the Stompers strike first in yesterday's game. And the Oaks are showing the Stompers what they're made of and what they're going to have to face today in order to stay alive.
Yeah, the Oaks only scored 1 run in the first 5 innings of yesterday's match. First pitch to Nolan Johnson, takes a strike on the inside. It's an 0-1 count. Nolan Johnson behind the dish today. He was out at first base. There was a lot of those defensive changes we saw, so Wilkes took over at first base after the 6th inning, and Johnson went behind the plate, but he's making the start today, 1-0. That's driven right to third base. It's collected by Handren. They turn it for 1. Can they turn it for 2? Yes, they do. So it goes around the horn for a 5-4-3 double play to get out of the inning, but the Oaks already with a 2-0 lead. We'll see the Stompers offense next for the first time. Game 2 of the CCL Championship Series brought to you by Pizza Man Dan's out in 7 different locations in Ventura County. Hot pie is just one call away. What else is hot is this Oaks offense thus far. They already scored 2 runs in the first inning. It took them 6 1/3 to score 2 runs in yesterday's game, so a different start for the Oaks. As it's Quinn Meaden up first for the Stompers. First pitch is driven right to second base. Gonzalez collects, fires to first, 1 down.
Yeah, the Oaks picking up right where they left off yesterday as they had a 6-run rally to cap off the game in Game 1 and take down the Stompers 10-9. Talk about a high-scoring game, and Oaks on fire to start.
Into your batting order as Max Handren steps into the batter's box. Third base today for Max Handren, and then Nick Sebastiani back at the designated hitter spot. Xander Silkin at second base. Cameron Hengerman at center field. Kyle Olympia, talked about it. He's the change. He's going to be at shortstop today. Paul Azul back at first base. Esteban Sepulveda behind the dish. And then in the 9-hole, Trenton Keys out in left field. So a few defensive changes for the Stompers in Game 2. The 1-0 pitch to Handren. It's a fastball low. Counts now 2-0 to Handren, who yesterday was 1 for 4 with 2 runs, had an RBI, hit by a pitch, and walked, as well as reached on an error. As it's Gabe Howard on the mound for the Oaks in Game 2. Swing and a miss from Handren.
Yeah, we were talking about it before this game, but this is the guy who I think a lot of Oaks faithful were hoping to see as he pitched 6 shutout innings against the San Diego Bombers last Sunday in an 8-0 win for the Oaks.
The 2-1 to Handren. That one's driven foul off to the left.
And, you know, you also wonder if the Stompers were to pull off a win today, the arm that the Oaks would see tomorrow, thinking about the possibility of Charlie Decker, who did pitch a complete game on Wednesday, so his arm may need to rest. But, you know, the Oaks are, every team has to prepare.
2-2. Just inside for a strike. Out. That's the first of the day for Howard, as it's now 2 outs for the Oaks in the first.
Handren was frozen square on that breaking pitch by Gabe Howard that just clipped the inside corner, and Howard has retired the first 2.
We talk about that performance from Gabe Howard. Yeah, he went 6 innings. It was the most he had gone in a season or in a single game. Also collected his 2nd win of the season. He allowed 7 hits but had 6 strikeouts in the 23 he faced. It's Nick Sebastiani, swing and a miss. Counts 0-1. Well, Sebastiani, we talked about it a lot in Game 1, Sammy, but he was the hometown hero for the Sonoma Stompers, hitting the walk-off in the 10th inning versus the Walnut Crawdads. To advance the Stompers, the 0-1 pitch is low and outside for a ball at 91. It's 1-1 now.
Yeah, with the Stompers being the home team today, we don't need to remind you what Sebastiani has done to the Crawdads to get the Stompers to this point.
Now the 1-1 from Howard. Swing and a miss. He chases the high cheese upstairs. Another 90-mile-per-hour fastball. It's getting to your defensive things behind the dish is Nolan Johnson, Devin Wilkes at first base, Ethan Gonzalez at second, Zach Moore at short, Tyler Holly at third. So Wilkes, the only change at first base in the infield, and then Jacob Galloway out in left field, Tommy Kenlinger, and Jax Jimenez, as that fastball just misses outside. And that was the similar outfield that we saw in the last 3 innings of yesterday's game after some defensive changes. After Daniewicz was replaced by Jimenez, and Galloway moved to left field after Johnson took over at catcher. That's a short chopper to Holly. He throws over to first in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Gabe Howard to start things in Game 2. It's a 2-0 lead Oaks. Welcome back to George Sparky Anderson Field as we begin the second inning of Game 2 of the Championship Series. And pretty much a do-or-die game for the Sonoma Stompers. They must win to be able to play tomorrow. It's a best-of-3 series as Landon West now steps in the batter's box as the DH today. He was also the DH in Game 1. West takes a strike on the first pitch, an 89-mile-per-hour fastball. Now, West was 0 for 2 with 2 runs and a walk. He actually finished his last 3 plate appearances with 3 straight walks. The 0-1 to West. Takes an off-speeder outside and low. And Brandon Leone, now in his second summer of California Collegiate Baseball, but last year he spent it with the Alameda Merchants, an affiliate team in the Northern Division. The 1-1 to West. An off-speeder inside this time for a 2-1 count.
Yeah, Brandon Leone, a rising junior at Modesto Junior College, struck out 22 batters in 2025.
It's a fly ball high into center field as Hageman camps under and gets the out. So 1 down in the second inning. As that now leads way to Zach Moore. And man, we talked about it, pretty much at the end of the show, but I mean, Zach Moore and Gonzalez were just instrumental in what the Oaks were able to do yesterday. The combination of Zach Moore, who was 2 for 3 with a double, a run, and 2 hit by pitches, as well as Gonzalez, they combined for 41.6% of the total hits the Oaks had yesterday. Shows bunt, pulls back.
Yeah, and Zach Moore took one for the team in the 9th inning after they saw back-to-back walks to Jimenez and West, and then Mora took one on the back, and Gonzalez had followed with a walk to bring home a run.
As Moore hooks that into right field, he'll drop for a base hit as Meaden collects it on the hop, but it's a single for Moore. As now he extends what is now a 10-game hitting streak, combining the end of the regular season and now postseason. He ended the regular season on a 7-game hitting streak.
Yeah, and Mora gets his 3rd hit of the series and his 4th of the postseason. He is on a tear at the plate.
So now leads to Jax Jimenez out in the right field today for the Oaks. 1 out, 1 on. First pitch to Jimenez. Swung on. It's a fly ball into right center field. Hageman moving towards the wall. Makes it on the run. So Hageman able flashing that range out in center field for the Stompers. He's got them both of the outs this inning.
Well, what a great running play by Hageman. He covered a lot of ground in center, but every play like that is definitely going to count for the Stompers, and that's a huge out, especially with the Stompers trailing by 2 against a team like the Oaks that has been on fire.
Well, now brings up Ethan Gonzalez, who was 3 for 4 yesterday with 2 RBIs, 2 runs, as well as 3 singles. So he looks at a ball outside, and it was really that at-bat in the 7th inning, or I should say 6th inning, 7th inning, where he struck out eventually, but he put a great fight against Haroon Pelha. As there's a pickoff at first, it's not going to be in time as it just gets out of the glove of first baseman Lazul, not able to control it, so Moore gets back safely.
We've seen a lot of those in this series so far. Catchers definitely keeping a close eye on the runners, especially the ones who have great speed, because stolen bases, they go a long way, and especially in playoff baseball when there's so much on the line.
The 2-0. Gonzalez takes the ball low. And he almost lost count how many pitches were thrown between Haroon Pelha and Ethan Gonzalez in that 7th inning. Just kept fighting. Didn't get the result they wanted, but clearly showed enough of the fight from the Oaks. It's a 3-0. It's the fastball upstairs for a strike, now 3-1.
Yeah, I will say at that time it was definitely tough for Gonzalez to go down looking the way he did, but stepped up the next time against Pelha and was able to work a walk, so, accumulated in the end.
The 3-1. Takes a strike on the outside corner, another fastball from Leon. Yeah, well, Gonzalez was part of those 4 free passes in the 9th inning after Nolan Johnson, the leadoff man in the 9th, grounded out. They got 4 free passes, 3 via a walk, and 1 a hit pitch. Led to the 6 runs, 3-2 as Gonzalez, it's a high fly ball. It's going to stay in the infield as second baseman camps under it. That would be Silken for the out. So The Oaks get nothing in the second as they leave Zach Moore stranded at first. We head to the bottom of the inning, 2-0 Oaks. Bottom of the second inning, it's a 2-0 lead for the Oaks in Game 2. The Oaks just one win away from clinching back-to-back CCL titles, as it's the middle of the order, Xander Silken, Cameron Hegeman, and Kyle Olympia. As Xander Silken steps in the box first, facing off against the all-star arm for the Oaks, Gabe Howard. He was a 1-2-3 inning in the first. First pitch, a slider that misses on the outside.
Well, we saw Silken yesterday get the start at third base, and he was 4 for 6 on the day with 3 singles and a double. He had 2 RBIs.
The 1-0 to Silken. Takes a changeup low and inside this time. We talk about that 6-run 9th inning. That'd be the 3rd most runs the Oaks scored in a single inning this entire season. They scored 8 runs back on June 8th in the first versus San Diego Bombers. It's a fastball just clips the outside corner, now 2-1. And they scored 7 runs versus the Philippines baseball group on July 10th. But there was none more pivotal than that 6-run 9th inning yesterday. The 2-1 to Silken. A 90-mile-per-hour fastball that misses outside. It's up to a 3-1 count as Hegeman due up next. Well, after that win, the Oaks now 2-1 versus CCL North teams in the regular season and postseason. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Just muscles a fastball right by him at 89. Both these teams finished as the #1 seed after the regular season, and both eventually won their respective divisions. Now facing off in the Championship Series. The payoff from Howard. That one's driven foul off to the right.
The Stompers winning their North title in walk-off fashion, and then coming here to Thousand Oaks, they got a taste of the receiving end of that walk-off fashion on defense in that tremendous 9th inning that the Oaks put on against Sonoma.
The payoff pitch. That one's shot right to second base as Gonzalez collects on the hop and throws to first in time. 1 out.
Very well played there by Gonzalez, reading the low line drive and the hop it would take. You saw Gonzalez make an errant throw after he caught a line drive in the first inning. That's what gave the Stompers their first run. Of course, we did see after that Cody Carson bounce back well for a little while, but certainly a pivotal moment in the game.
Now Cameron Hegeman in the box. The first pitch swung on. It's a grounder to second base. Gonzalez under it. Back-to-back 4-3 putouts. Now has the 2 outs in the second.
It's like practice on the infield for Gonzalez.
Yeah, and that's something you want to see from Gonzalez. I mean, it was that first inning where he had that just arid throw that went over Nolan Johnson. Led to the first run of the day for the Stompers. And it was also, I mean, you talk about that. There were 5 defensive errors for the Oaks in that game. I mean, that was a game that the Stompers had at their grasp. Up 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th. As now Kyle Olympia, first pitch, takes a changeup strike on the inside. Well, Olympia now making his first appearance versus the Oaks this season. It's an 0-1 count here. Driven foul just off to the left as third base coach for the Stompers has to duck not to get hit by that. That'd be Dave Hotch, entering now his second season with the Stompers. He has been a resident of Sonoma County for 6 decades. The 0-2 pitch is low in the dirt. The check at first, and they said that he did not offer, so it's now a 1-2 count to Olympia.
Knows the area of Sonoma perhaps better than anybody on the team.
Yeah, beautiful wine country out there in Northern California, just an hour past San Francisco City. The 1-2. Just outside fastball at 91. Had Howard thinking he got it, but it's now a 2-2 pitch here. As Kyle Olympia finished the season, he only played 6 regular season games for the Stompers. Finished with a .240 batting average. Had 5 runs, 6 hits, 4 RBIs. He had 1 home run in those 6 games. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball down low gets Olympia. And he gets the second strikeout of the day for Howard. It's another 1-2-3. So we head to the 3rd inning, 2-0 Oaks. Game 2 of the California Collegiate League Championship Series, brought to you by Pizza Mandan's, the official sponsor of the Oaks broadcast. Get your hot pie now in 7 different locations in Ventura County. Stepping to the plate now, the leadoff man, Tommy Kenlinger. He is 1 for 1 today already with a run. He singled out into right field to get things started for the Oaks. First pitch from Leon. It's a changeup inside.
Yeah, Kenlinger yesterday in the bottom of the 9th, his RBI single was the only hit that he got that game, so it proved to be a big one.
The 1-0 to Kenlinger. That's chopped just to first base as Lazul gets under it, throws to Leon, and he steps just on the bag in time to get the out. So 1 batter, 1 gone in the 3rd.
Yeah, well, that defense, that's good defense right there, but that is definitely something that the Stompers cannot afford to slack on today, and neither can the Oaks. The Oaks, they were definitely fortunate enough to be able to rally in the 9th inning, but can't rely on luck all the time.
Yeah, both teams finished top 5 in the regular season in defensive errors. The Oaks were 2nd with 65, as the Stompers were 4th with 62. Well, the Stompers only committed 1 error defensively, and that would be in the 8th inning. As Galloway, now the left-hander, step into the box for the 2nd time today. First pitch, a fastball misses inside, count 1-0. So game one gave us quite everything. A comeback, a storybook ending. As Galloway looks at another fastball outside this time, 2-0.
I also thought it was pretty interesting when they intentionally walked Galloway. I mean, I understand why they did, to set up a double play and a force play at home potentially, but I can only wonder, you know, Tyler Hawley waiting on deck, he's just as dangerous.
The 2-0 pitch is poked into left center field, a drop for a base hit. It's a 1-out single for Galloway.
Great piece of hitting there by Jacob Galloway, who's getting the start in left field as he lifted that one into no man's land into shallow center field. And Oaks now with their 5th hit of the day.
Yeah, Galloway, someone that struggled offensively yesterday. He was good behind the dish, but he was 0 for 3 with 2 walks. Hit into a double play in the 5th. As Tyler Hawley steps to the plate for the 2nd time today, the hero of yesterday's game for the Oaks. First pitch. It's a changeup inside for a ball. Counts 1-0.
Yeah, Tyler Hawley just took a lot of great pitches, fouled off a ton of tough ones, and just ripped that one down the left field line.
Looks at a ball low this time. Counts 2-0. Well, you already talked about it, Sammy, but it was interesting they walked, and maybe they were thinking, you know, Hawley's 0 for 5. Maybe he's going to continue to have a slump, but Hawley was by far one of the Oaks' more consistent hitters throughout the season. I mean, he led the team with 22 RBIs, was 3rd in the team with 28 hits, and he led the team with 4 home runs. And, you know, we talked about during the regular season, had he hit those home runs a little bit sooner before the break, he probably would have put his name in the home run derby.
Absolutely. Oaks happy to see Devin Wilkes put on the show that he did, certainly.
The 3-0 pitch misses low and outside for a 4-pitch walk. So a single and a walk have 2 runners on for the Oaks with 1 out.
Yeah, also, and you saw Arun Pelha going for as long as he could in that game. He was able to record 1 out in the 9th inning, but when he had walked in the run, Stompers realizing they had just used him as much as he could, they had to turn to Albee, and that's a situation where the Stompers, you know, you try to conserve as many arms as you can, but sometimes pitchers only have so much stamina.
1 out, 2 on. Now Devin Wilkes had 4 RBIs yesterday. First pitch, he takes outside for a ball. As now Sepulveda is going to come meet with Brandon Leon. Well, I already talked about it. He was with the Alameda Merchants last year, but he faced off versus the Stompers 4 times in the 2024 summer. He was 1 for 1. He was 1-1 versus the Stompers in 15 innings that he pitched. Had 9 strikeouts, allowed 21 hits, 7 walks, 11 runs, 9 of those being earned. So he's flipped sides, and now he's pitching in a do-or-die game for the Stompers. So the 1-0 to Wilkes. 1 out, 2 on. Wilkes flies one into left field. Oh, moving over to his left is Key. Is not going to be able to get there in foul territory to get the out. So now a 1-1 count to Devin Wilkes. And I mean, he plays with the confidence of someone that's not 17 years old and a seasoned college player. Committed to Cal State Bakersfield next year.
Yeah, showing so much promise before entering adulthood.
So 1 out, 2 on. It's a 1-1 pitch to Wilkes. Leon delivers. It's a fastball inside that Wilkes has to move away from, so it's a 2-1 count now. But Wilkes for the longest time was the home run leader with 2, but Hawley just exploded in the early parts of July to get, you know, home run 2, 3, and 4. Now a 2-1 pitch here to Wilkes. Looks at a fastball outside. It's a 3-1 count. Well, Wilkes finished the season leading the team with 31 hits, playing 31 total games, batted .295 with 15 runs. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Wilkes. A breaking ball down low gets Wilkes to chase.
We saw Devin Wilkes come into the game later as a pinch hitter for Danuitz and would eventually take over at first, and he made his impact later on.
Full count pitch here to Wilkes. Fouls that one straight into the dirt.
As soon as Wilkes had come on, he picked up 2 RBIs on a single, and then later on, you fast forward to that bottom of the 9th, Wilkes ended up with 4 of the 10 RBIs that the Oaks got.
Yeah, and before the game, just talking to Liam and Colin, our 2 statisticians, you know, you realize the development that he's had, not swinging at those first 2 pitches, then making contact and putting it into play for those 2 RBIs. The 3-2. It's a chopper to second base as it just eats up second baseman Silken. Coming home is Galloway. Holly's going to stay at third. And well, another RBI for Devin Wilkes. Now has it a 3-0 ball game.
A designed play right there put on by the Conejo Oaks. A hit and run situation. Both Galloway and Holly taking off. And the second baseman, Xander Silken, perhaps getting a little bit visually tripped up. Not physically by Holly running. May have messed with his focus on the ball, but he should have had that one in his glove, and it hits right off the edge of his glove and bounces into center field and gives the Oaks another run. And the Stompers cannot afford to make those mistakes if they want to even the series and send this to a Game 3 tomorrow.
So time is called as manager Zach paces now between the dugout and home plate. Now he's going to come out onto the greenery on the right field side, on the first base line, and now he's going to come in, and there's already action in the Sonoma Stompers bullpen. And yeah, it looks like Leon's day after just 3 1/3 is likely over, as it was that RBI single from Devin Wilkes that ended Leon's day on the mound. Well, it's the Oaks 3-0 here at George Sparky Anderson Field in Game 2 of the California Collegiate League Championship Series. We'll be right back as the Stompers making a pitching change. Well, the first pitching change comes at 3 innings and a third, as it's now Nicholas Polis who's going to replace the starter Brandon Leone, who had all sorts of trouble just in the 3 1/3 innings that he did. 3 runs and all 3 being earned. Already 5 hits for the Oaks offensively, as Polis now going to have to work out of a jam right here as runners at the corner. Nolan Johnson, first pitch, a fastball that misses upstairs, and Polis now making his 5th appearance across regular season and postseason. Does not have a record, a 6.23 ERA. 4 1/3 innings he pitched this season. The 1-0 swing and a miss from Johnson. A fastball just gets by him.
He did not play in his freshman year at Modesto Junior College. He's appeared in 4 games. He looks to clean up a mess left by Brandon Leon. The 2 runners on base still belong to him.
The 1-1 pitch, a slider that misses outside. Now 2-1 to Johnson. Johnson yesterday 2 for 5 with a run and a double, or 2 singles. Both of those singles came in the 6th and the 7th. The 2-1. Johnson drives one, just foul off to the right. So the Oaks have come out with a commanding 3-0 lead, but I mean, we even talked about it before we went on air. Just anything can happen. We've seen the type of games that have already happened in game 1 with, you know, explosion of 6 runs in the 9th inning. So the Oaks are going to continue to have to put it on the Stompers. So they have an opportunity here. The 2-2. Johnson, that one's in the dirt as Wilkes is going to be able to move over to second base. And he slides in.
Heads up base running by Devin Wilkes on the pass ball allowed by Esteban Sepulveda. Wilkes read it immediately. And you don't need a ton of speed in that situation. You just need a good jump and strong instincts. And Wilkes takes his rightful base.
So it's a full count to Johnson. Now 2 runners in scoring position for the Oaks, looking to add more to what is already a 3-0 lead in game 2 of the championship series. The payoff pitch. Johnson fouls that one into the dirt. It stays. Johnson just committed to Duke this summer. Spent his freshman season at Miami University, so he's staying in the ACC. Going from a Cane to a Blue Devil. Played his high school ball at Westlake High School. A Thousand Oaks native. Payoff pitch. That's a fastball outside, so bases loaded for the Oaks. Just 1 out as Landon West now comes to the box.
Well, the trouble continues for the Stompers. It's the Oaks having already batted 5 batters in this inning.
Well, Landon West yesterday in his last 3 at-bats walked every time. Scored 2 runs out of those 3. Finished 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch. West takes a fastball upstairs and out.
Yeah, Landon West certainly has got a lot of power at the plate. We haven't seen him go deep this season yet, but the rising junior at Rice University hit 3 for Rice this past season.
The 1-0 pitch. West, another fastball that he takes outside for a ball. It's now 2-0. Yeah, Landon West now in his 2nd postseason with the Oaks. He had 10 at-bats in 2024. Batted .300, had 1 run, 3 hits. 2 of those going for doubles, and 2 RBIs as well. The 2-0. That swung on a high fly ball, foul ball. That's going to get caught right by Sepulveda, just at the backstop. And a big play right there by the catcher to get the 2nd out.
And he gets a big hand from the Stompers faithful. He's able to track that ball right in front of the screen. We were a little nervous that it was going to come toward us, which happens not too often, but it can. But
yeah,
stayed in front of the screen, and it's a big 2nd out for the Stompers.
Yeah, I can say this summer we haven't personally seen it. Maybe, Sammy, in your Calou days, have you ever seen the ball go over the netting and end up in the press box?
It has happened, yeah. And there have even been screams from our own staff.
It's a fastball upstairs to Zach Moore. It's now 2 outs with the bases loaded for the Oaks. Zach Moore already with a single today in his first plate appearance. Just talked about how great he's been at the end of the season on a 10-game hitting streak. The 1-0. Moore takes a fastball outside. It's now a 2-0 count, so Polis really trying to find some command of this strike zone. The rising sophomore at Modesto Junior College. 4 strikeouts on the season on 5 hits, 2-0. Another fastball that misses upstairs, up to a 3-0 count. So everything working for the Oaks thus far in game 2. Moore, one of those 4 Westmont players. Well, Moore has a real chance to be a champion in his college season and his summer season. The 3-0. Misses outside for ball 4, 4-pitch walk. And well, another run for the Oaks. It's 4-0 as Tyler Hawley steps at home.
4-0 Oaks, as Brandon Leone still has one more runner to his name, as Devin Wilkes stands on third. And Leon just trying to end it right here. Does have 2 outs.
Now Jimenez batting from the left side. 2 outs. Takes a fastball upstairs. So Jax Jimenez, a rising sophomore at Oregon University, played for the Lincoln Potters in the Pacific Empire League last year. First summer with the Oaks. The 1-0. Fastball that just hits the inside corner for a strike. Now 1-1. So Zach Moore at first base, Nolan Johnson at second, Devin Wilkes at third. The Oaks with another 2-run set third inning for now. It's a 4-0 lead. Jimenez this time takes a fastball on the outside corner. So now 1-2. Can you put these in? Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss from Jimenez. And it's the first K for Polis as he gets out of bases loaded. It allows 1 run. It's now a 4-0 lead for the Oaks. We head to the bottom of the third. Stompers need their offense to get going.
I cut my nails yesterday.
Two innings and a half, and the Oaks are leading 4-0 as it's now the bottom of the third inning. And while Gabe Howard has continued his dominance from last Sunday, in which he pitched a shutout 6 innings versus the Bombers, he's had back-to-back 1-2-3 innings to begin this game. It's now bottom of the order Paul Lazul in the 7-hole. First pitch, a fastball that misses inside and low. So the Oaks with a 2-run first inning, 2-run third inning, have it a 4-0 ball game. Just a completely different Oaks team starting-wise that we saw from yesterday. The 1-0, Lazul just pokes one at second base, and Gonzalez can't control it. So it'll be an error on the second baseman, as I think he just thought a little bit too ahead and thought about the throw and didn't realize he had a control.
Yeah, I think Gonzalez just got a little antsy there, uncharacteristic of him, but he got it in his glove and wanted to get rid of it as soon as possible and had a little bit of time there, but I think he just tried to get it out before he fully had it in his grasp.
So now it's Esteban Sepulveda in his first appearance versus the Oaks this year. Takes a fastball upstairs at 88. Counts 1-0. Well, Sepulveda on the season played 24 games and a 200 batting average. 13 hits, 15 runs. The 1-0. Sepulveda takes a changeup inside. Now 1-1.
Sepulveda, one of 2 catchers for the Stompers. Him and Pulowski getting their rotations against the Oaks.
The 1-1 pitch from Howard. A slider that hits the outside corner for a strike. Now 1-2. Well, Sepulveda, this is his first postseason game for the Stompers this season. Pulowski was the catcher in both the North title game and Game 1 yesterday. Sepulveda, a rising sophomore at UC Riverside. The 1-2 off-speeder misses upstairs for a ball. It's now 2-2.
He did play at Pepperdine in 2025, where he went 20 for 66, batted .303. He hit 1 triple, 1 home run, 2 doubles, batted home 9 runs. It was close at first base.
Yeah, Howard checking on the base runner, Paul Lazul, who this season had 4 stolen bases. The payoff pitch from Howard. And it's going to hit Sepulveda right in the left shoulder, a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. So an error and now a hit by pitch as 2 base runners on for the Stompers. So the first real trouble that Howard has put himself in.
Yeah, Howard just got a little too far in and just lost the command there. And unfortunately, Sepulveda on the receiving end as he'll head down to first. But the Oaks have a chance of a force play at any of the 3 bases other than home.
So it's now bottom of the order, Trenton Keys, who yesterday was 1 for 3 with a run, a double, an RBI, as well as 2 stolen bases. Finished the season with 8 stolen bases for the Stompers during the regular season. Led the team with 30 runs. So no outs, 2 on for the Stompers. The left-hander Trenton Keys getting his first work. First pitch, a fly ball out to right center field. Moving to his left is Kenlinger. And Lazul's going to tap on from second base. And he's going to head to third. So sacrifice hit is no one really protecting Sepulveda at first, but moves over a base runner, Lazul, as it now puts a runner for the Stompers just 90 feet away from scoring their first run of the day.
Yeah, if Sepulveda were more certain, he may have been able to take second base potentially, but makes the wise decision to hold at first as Kenlinger threw that basically all the way to the plate. Now the Stompers have runners at the corners, but the Oaks have the opportunity for a double play to end the inning.
So the first 2 base runners for the Stompers are at first and second, or first and third, as Sepulveda at first, Lazul at third, as now top of the order again, Quinn Meaden, the right fielder, up for his second time today. First pitch, a slider that misses outside. Counts 1-0. Meaden's 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to second base. As he now looks at a 1-0 count with 1 out. This time a fastball that misses upstairs. Counts now 2-0 to Meaden. Well, Quinn Meaden, the senior at University of Colorado Springs, originally from Windsor, California. The 2-0. Meaden takes a fastball strike just on the inside corner.
You know, Quinn Meaden would like to get a hit today. He went hitless yesterday against the Oaks. He did walk 3 times, though.
Yeah, one of the newcomers for the Stompers just joined them on July 19th. 2-1 pitch. Meaden fouls that one straight back. And now up to a 2-2 count as Howard tries to work out of a jam. It was the error by Gonzalez and then a hit by pitch. As runners at the corner for the Stompers as Howard checks at first. Sepulveda gets back safely. Well, Meaden has played for 3 different colleges in his career. So he now takes a payoff pitch. Just a slider that misses outside. It's up to a full count to Quinn Meaden. He spent 2025 with University of Colorado Springs, 2024 and 2023 with Santa Rosa, and then in 2022 he did not play but was part of San Francisco State. The full count pitch is fouled off to the right. We'll do it again.
And that last ball, that was a good take by Quinn Meaden, a tough one to take. Howard could have had the corner on that one. It just missed by a hair.
The payoff pitch from Howard. Off go the runners. The throw down to second base is in time! The Oaks catch Sepulveda stealing. And we head out of the third inning as the Oaks still lead 4-0. Well, a great double play to end the third inning. Strike him out, throw him out. As now Ethan Gonzalez steps to the box for the second time today. He is 0 for 1 on the day. But this Oaks team would not be in the position that they are yesterday if it wasn't for the combination of Gonzalez and Mora. It's an 0-1 pitch. Gonzalez takes a slider that misses low and outside. Counts now 1-1.
Yeah, Gonzalez and Mora were definitely the most, and Wilkes were the most consistent batters in their at-bats. Gonzalez with 3 hits.
High chopper to third base as Handren charges towards it and throws him out at first. 1 batter, 1 gone in the fourth.
Yeah, and going back to that strike him out, throw him out double play, you know, on Meaden's part, not really sure what pitch he was looking for there, but it's certainly a good enough pitch to at least protect the runner Sepulveda.
So 1 out now to the Oaks as Tommy Kenlinger steps into the batter's box for the 3rd time today. He's 1 for 2, already with a run and a single. Takes a slider that hits the outside corner, now 0-1. Kenlinger, a rising senior out Biola University. Spent 2 seasons before at Allen Hancock College. The 0-1, he went around. Couldn't hold that one back as it's now an 0-2 count to the center fielder.
Yeah, Kenlinger, we've talked about his range in center field, but at the plate he's been a force too. He does have a walk-off hit this season. That was against the MLB Academy Barons. Just a day before they were the Oaks were upset by a walk-off from them.
The 0-2. Staying alive with a foul to the right. Still remains an 0-2 count. Well, during their regular season, the Stompers were one of the better road teams. They were 10-6 on the road. The Oaks, that's where they struggled. They were only 4-7, but here at George Sparky Anderson, they were 20-7. Fastball misses outside. Now a 1-2 count to Kenlinger. They're 2-0 in the postseason at home, as both games have been played here at George Sparky Anderson Field, but they are the visitor team today in their gray pants and their navy shirts. The 1-2, that one's fouled off to the right again as Kenlinger stays alive with a 1-2 count.
He's fouling off his pitches. He's certainly one of the stronger contact hitters at the plate for the Oaks.
The payoff pitch from Polis. That's driven foul off to the right again.
Yeah, Kenlinger does. I've noticed he does exceptionally well with those off speeders that go on the outside part of the plate. So he's able to get enough of the barrel on it to stay alive or make the pitcher work more.
Showcasing that wingspan that he has. The 1-2. Kenlinger a chopper to third base. Silken on the hop. His throw is gonna be in time. So Lizzle had to catch it off the hop coming towards him at first, but gets the out. It's another 5-3 putout.
It's also a great, smart play at third, the way that Olympia got that ball. He started charging it initially, but he realized that it was going to take an extra hop to where he could field it in his natural stance, so he stayed back. That's a smart play by Olympia at third, and he's able to get the throw to first, and a good play on the receiving end by Lazul.
First pitch, Galloway fouls off to the left as Handren goes back, but no real chance to make a play there. So it's an 0-1 count to Jacob Galloway, who was 1 for 2 on the day, recently committed to Oregon State. Headed back to the Pac-12, spent the previous season with the Aggies that he sports on his right calf. The 0-1 swung on to a high fly ball out into left field. Moving up from his spot is Keys and gets the third out. A 1-2-3 inning, the first from the Stompers pitching staff as we head to now the bottom of the fourth. Still a 4-0 lead for the Oaks. Into the bottom of the fourth inning. There's now Max Handren, who is 0 for 1 on the day, steps into the plate. Flashed off his defensive ability at third base in the last inning. Had back-to-back 5-3 putouts. As Gabe Howard now into his fourth inning of action. It's a slider that misses outside. Counts 1-0. Well, the Stompers finished the season 25-15. The Oaks were 24-13. The 1-0. Handren a chopper on the right as Gonzalez collects. Howard's going to tag on the bag and get the out. As Wilkes just moves out of the way to allow his pitcher to get one.
Well played by both Wilkes and Gabe Howard as that ball really took Wilkes a great deal away from the bag, and Howard able to make the run and just stack his foot on the base just in time.
So now the third in the batter order, Nick Sebastiani, the designated hitter, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Howard out of his windup, delivers. An off-speeder that hits the outside corner for a strike, now 0-1.
That strike him out, throw him out double play to end the third was huge too, because big difference with Handren coming up to the plate and nobody on and nobody out.
The 0-1, just a grounder to second base, Gonzalez under it. 2 outs. So a quick 2 outs as, yeah, it was the first real, struggle that any sort of defense or pitcher for the Oaks went through today. I mean, it was the error by Lazul that Gonzalez allowed, and then a hit by pitch on Sepulveda. Had runners at the corners after a sacrifice hit by Trenton Keys. First pitch misses outside at now a 1-0 count to Xander Silken, who is 0 for 1 on the day.
Silken was on the receiving end of a bad hop and an error that gave the Oaks 1 of 2 runs in the third inning.
The 1-0 pitch. Fastball that misses low and outside. It's now a 2-0 count. And if you're wondering to yourself, what is a Sonoma Stomper? Well, it refers to the team's location and potential and its association with the area's wine country, where grapes are stomped during the winemaking process. Another fastball that does hit the outside corner for a strike. It's now a 2-1 count. They succeeded what was an independent baseball team, the Sonoma County Grapes. So you have Sonoma and Napa wine country up there. So the Stompers representing Sonoma, the 2-1. It's a short chopper. Holly charges towards it. Throws over to first, and a 1-2-3 inning for Howard. Back to looking like himself in the fourth, and we head to the fifth. Oaks 4-0. Into the fifth inning of Game 2 of the California Championship Series, as the Oaks with what right now is a commanding 4-0 lead, and Gabe Howard returned to himself in the fourth with a 1-2-3 inning. But defensively, the Oaks have continued to play strong. Just one error as now Tyler Hawley steps to the plate. 1 for 1. Takes a strike in the lower part of the zone, now 0-1. Hawley has an RBI and 2 runs, so in both plate appearances he's been able to reach bases and also brought home the 0-1. Hawley takes a slider low and outside, counts now 1-1. Well, thus far, Gabe Howard has been able to cool down what is a very high-powered Sonoma Stompers team. A swing and a miss. A fastball that just buzzes Hawley inside.
Yeah, that one almost hit him. Not kind of a rare swing there at a pitch from Holly.
Yeah, the one knack on Holly this season, just his high strikeout percentage. He led the team with 34, the 1-2. Takes a slider outside, counts now 2-2. Well, I talk about this high-powered offense because the Sonoma Stompers in the regular season scored 10 runs plus 10 different times. They also scored 18 runs in those 10 games. They scored 18 runs twice, as well as 17 runs twice, as Holly fouls that one back. Remains a 2-2 count. And yesterday they scored 9 runs, and I mean, I'll continue to go back to it, but it felt like the Stompers had that game at their grasp. I mean, they really just needed 2 more outs, and
two more outs and up 5 runs.
Yeah, the baseball gods just sweet to the defending champions. The 2-2. Holly looks at strike 3 as Polis now with his second strikeout of the day.
Yeah, not really sure what Holly was looking for there. That was certainly his pitch, and Polis, he's been dealing pretty strong. He was not dealt the best hand when he came in to the game, and neither of the 2 runs that scored belonged to him. So, you know, his line's still clean, but you know, you saw him come into the game with just 1 out in the inning, and he was able to clean it up in the end.
First pitch, Devin Wilkes fouls one off to the left. So no 1 count here to Wilkes. Takes a changeup on the outside. Counts now 1-1. Well, Wilkes has carried on where he was yesterday. He's 2 for 2 today with 2 RBIs. The 1-1. Another changeup outside. Counts now 2-1.
Yeah, Wilkes 2 for 3 as he came into the game as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning and got his 2 RBI single in that inning.
2-1. Wilkes lines one straight down the middle for a base hit. And man, that just shot off the bat.
105 off the bat.
That was a bullet right into center field, and all Hageman could do was hold Wilkes at first. So now 3 for 3 for the 17-year-old. As he continues to show his confidence at the plate. He's been doing it all season long, but now in the big moments continues to shine as Nolan Johnson. First pitch, a chopper to the left side, and on the run, Olympia's not going to make the throw in time. Johnson just puts that chopper in a tough spot, and he gets an infield single.
Yeah, that was just great placement there by Nolan Johnson, and the shortstop Olympia did what he could, but long throw, not enough to get Johnson.
So now Landon West working with 1 out and 2 on. Devin Wilkes at second and Nolan Johnson at first, as West is 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch, a slider he just takes on the outside. Counts 0-1. So the Oaks with an opportunity to add more to what is already a 4-0 lead in game 2. The 0-1. A slider this time misses outside. Even at 1.
Landon West hitless on the day so far. This would be a good time for him to join the hit party.
The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from West. A breaking ball down low. So West trying to find some rhythm at the plate. His last hit came versus the Saints. It was a double. RBI double. Scored the first run in that tightly knit 3-1 South title game. The 1-2. West, a slider outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the rising junior at Rice University. And don't have visuals if his Rice superfan is here in the stands today. He was here yesterday, the 2-2. Strike 3 as he's caught looking. A fastball just hits the outside corner, and Polis with 2
2 strikeouts in the 5th.
Yeah, it looked like West had a little bit of a hard time believing that ball caught the corner, but great location by Nicholas Polis to retire West.
So Zach Mora now working with 2 outs and 2 on. First pitch, a fastball he takes low, and then outside counts 1-0. Well, I talked about it before, but Zach Mora with Westmont College won the Pac West regular season and that tournament. It was the first time in program history for Westmont they had done either. So trying to become a champion 2 times. Fastball that misses outside. It's a 2-0 count to Zach Mora. He's a redshirt sophomore. Batted .270 for Westmont this past season. Did not play his freshman season when he utilized his red shirt. The 2-0. Fastball that misses outside again, this time in low. Up to a 3-0 count for the shortstop. Two outs, 2 on. The 3-0. Mora, fastball that he takes upstairs. A 4-pitch walk, now has the bases loaded for yet another time this game for the Oaks.
And this is the second time Jax Jimenez has come up with the bases loaded in this game. He was a strikeout victim his last time up as Zach Pace goes out to the mound. We'll see if that's it for Polis.
Yeah, there is action in the bullpen. Looks like it's David Howard, the undecided junior, warming up. So we'll see what Zach Pace has to say to his now first relief pitcher of the day. And Zach Pace in his 7th season with the Sonoma Stompers. He had 11 years playing in independent baseball, 5 seasons with San Rafael Pacifics, where he won 3 Pacific Association championships. Last season, he had 10 players transfer to high-level programs. Out of those 10, 2 of them earned all league honors. His first season with the Stompers was in 2018 when he led the Stompers, who were then an independent baseball team, to 57 wins. They'd also have the they'd have the Rookie of the Year in Ken Minstroff, who is now an assistant coach for the Stompers. So both a player and a coach as Zach Pace in his 7th season. First pitch to Jimenez is low for a fastball, or low for a ball. Yeah, Zach Pace just joined the teams 4 years after its inaugural season in 2014. The 1-0. Jimenez fouls one straight back. It's now a 1-1 count.
Jimenez with 1 home run for the Oaks this season that came back on June 25th against the Arroyo Seco Saints.
Yeah, Jimenez certainly has the power. That was crushed to right field. One of those right now would break open this one. The 1-1. That one's fouled straight back again. Now 1-2. Well, finishing up on Zach Pace, he collected his 100th manager win in 2019. That was also the first time that in the Sonoma Stompers history that they had all 40 home games streamed on local channel or their YouTube. As their crews here today, the 1-2. That's driven right past second baseman into center field, and Devin Wilkes heading home. Nolan Johnston's going to tag at home. And it's a 2 RBI double for the switch hitter, Jax Jimenez. And baby, the Oaks are hot.
Oaks are hot, and Jax Jimenez just smokes that ball right up the middle. Cameron Hegeman making the throw, a high throw to third, and you know, the way he threw that, that's a mistake on Hegeman's part because that allows Jimenez to go to second as he was not able to get Zach Mora at third. The wiser throw would have been second, then you at least keep Jimenez at first. But the Oaks have 2 runners in scoring position and, as you mentioned, a chance to blow it open.
Gonzalez takes a changeup inside for a strike. Counts now 0-1. Well, Gonzalez not having his best hitting day compared to what he had yesterday. He's 0 for 2. pop out to second base and a ground out to third. The 0-1. Gonzalez, a short chopper charging towards it. His hander and his throw to first is going to be in time. Well, the Stompers are able to get out of the inning, but not before they allow 2 more off a 2 RBI double from the rising Oregon sophomore, Jax Jimenez. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. All Oaks, 6-0. Game 2 of the California Championship League Series, brought to you by Pizza Man Dan's, the official sponsor of the Conejo Oaks broadcast. Get your hot pie now in 7 different locations in Ventura County. And if you're just joining us, I'm Judo Canius. Alongside me is Sammy Fawn. Swing and a miss. Cameron Hageman on the first pitch. It's now 0-1 as Howard begins now his 5th inning of action. For Gabe Howard, he went just 5 innings once. Went 6 innings in his final game, so he's gone 5 innings or more twice. The 0-1. It's an off-speeder that misses low. Counts now 1-1. Well, the Oaks were able to add 2 more to what is now a 6-0 lead. It was a 2 RBI double from Jax Jimenez. Got his first hit of the game and scored the last 2 runs of the game. Brought home Devin Wilkes and Nolan Johnson. The 1-1 pitch to Hageman. Howard delivers. Just a slider that misses upstairs. Counts now 2-1.
Gabe Howard's 2 wins were against the San Francisco Seagulls back on July 10th and the San Diego Bombers July 27th.
2-1. Hageman, a fly ball foul off to the right.
And, you know, with this being Hageman's 2nd plate appearance, it's hard to believe that there are still batters in the Stompers batting order who have just had 1 plate appearance. The way this game has gone, a long day for the Oaks at the plate, for sure.
Taking advantage of what the Stompers give them. The 2-2 pitch. Got him! Strike 3, as that is now the 4th strikeout of the day for Gabe Howard.
Boy, that was nasty. That just dropped right below Hageman. And Gabe Howard, he has been teaching the Stompers a thing or two. Stompers just can't pass his tests.
Yeah, the rising sophomore at Oregon University has shined all season in his first year with the Oaks. Swing and a miss as Kyle Olympia now at the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. Kyle Olympia appeared in the South. He was a starter in the South title game. The 0-1. That one's fouled into the dirt. I mean, the North title game. He was 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a walk. 2 flyouts to right field. So the Stompers really have work cut out for them as, well, it's a do or die game for them. They don't win today, there is no baseball tomorrow. As Olympia now looks at an 0-2 pitch. Howard into his 5th inning of work. The payoff pitch from Howard. That one's found just off to the right, and Olympia stays alive. It's Kyle Olympia. Spent his past 2 seasons at San Francisco State University, now in the transfer portal, and well, San Francisco State shut down their baseball program after this year, so the 0-2, it's a pop fly into infield as Wilkes calls everyone off and able to play the play right over the head of Olympia.
I don't know if an interference call would have been in order or not there, but no need, as Wilkes was able to make the catch and he was able to navigate his way around Olympia.
So now Paul Azul up to the plate, the left-hander. Swing and a miss on the first pitch.
Paul Azul, a rising sophomore at Monterey Peninsula College, played in 24 games in 2025.
So an 0-2 count here to Lazul.
Boy, Howard is slicing and dicing. He just blew that one right by Lazul.
2 outs and the payoff pitch from Howard. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, now 1-2. So the Oaks trying to clinch their 3rd CCL title. 1 last year and 1 in 2018. 1-2. Strike 3. A fastball that just freezes Lazul. It's the 5th punch out of the day for Howard. And it's 5 scoreless innings from the starting pitcher as we head to the 6th. It's a 6-0 lead for the Oaks. Into the 6th inning, as this game is brought to you by Pizza Man Dan's. Get your hot pie now in 7 different locations, and it's a commanding 6-0 lead for the Oaks. As it's now the 2nd pitching change of the day, David Howard the junior that played for Sonoma State this past season, now on the mound for his 9th total appearance. He started 6 games. He's 1 for 2 on the season, a 3.19 earned run average. Face-off versus Kenlinger. First pitch, a off-speeder that hits the outside of the strike zone. Now 0-1 to Kenlinger.
David Howard making his 9th appearance of the season. He started 6 games this summer for the Stompers.
In his most recent appearance, that was versus a CCL South team, the Philippines baseball group, where he got his 1 win of the season. Pitched 4 innings of no-run ball, 3 hits allowed, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. That's poked to right field. It's going to drop just on the right field line. Kenlinger digs in and turns for 2. The throw is in time. So a gutsy run by Tommy Kenlinger does not pay off. And he gets caught out at second.
Yeah, Kenlinger took a gamble right there, but the right fielder for the Stompers, Quinn Meaden, got to it, and he knew he had a shot to get Kenlinger even as fast as he is, and he fired a strike to Olympia at short to get him.
So now Jacob Galloway, who is 1 for 3 on the day, the left-hander, and for the 4th time as he looks an off-speeder outside this time. Counts 1-0. Well, Howard played for Sonoma State in 2025 and 2024. Was with City College of San Francisco in 2024 and 2023. Slider that just hits the inside part of the strike zone to Galloway, now 1-1. So the Stompers with some work to do, and it starts defensively. The 1-1. Off speeder, but Galloway pokes that into right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Galloway digs in. He's going to turn for 2. Another rally throw comes in. This time, Galloway is safe.
Well, Galloway, his gamble paid off. He roped that one into right field, right down the line, and Meaden had a little too much work there to get Galloway.
So Tyler Hawley steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Started the day with a electric an RBI double that brought home Kenlinger for the first run of the game. Has a chance to do a similar thing, but now with Galloway at second base. So 1 out. First pitch from Howard. Swing and a miss. South goes Galloway as he's going to hold back. He's going to try to retreat back to second, as there was the attempt at third base from catcher Sepulveda, but Galloway, aware of the situation, is able to get back to second safely.
Able to redeem his impulse in time, as that would have been very gutsy.
Now an 0-1 count to Hawley. The 0-1 pitch. Hawley takes a fastball on the outside. David Howard, originally from Newark, California, went to Newark High School. It's a 1-1 count to the sophomore from Fullerton. The off-speeder misses high and inside. Counts now 2-1.
Well, Hawley had his RBI double back in the first inning. That was his second hit and RBI in as many days.
The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Hawley. The off-speeder got him. So now it's an even count at 2 for the redshirt sophomore from Cal State Fullerton. Did not play in 2025, so making all of his opportunities with the Oaks this summer. Played a team-high 33 games in the regular season. The 2-2. Swing and a miss for Hawley. And another off-speeder got him.
Yeah, that was a filthy off-speed from David Howard. Definitely tied him all the way up.
Yeah, well, that's something you can expect from Howard. His fastball just ranging at 84 miles per hour. Loves the off-speed and slider pitches that he can get. Kind of similar to the Oaks starting pitcher Charlie Decker doesn't have the fastest fastball, but he can just work you with just the mechanics of his slider and his off speeders. So Devin Wilkes now with 2 outs, 1 on. That one's 67 off speed that just hits the outside corner, that hits outside for a ball. Counts 1-0. As Wilkes is 3 for 3 on the day, all which are singles. He has a run and 2 RBIs as well. The 1-0 pitch. Lines that right past the third baseman, Handren, as Galloway's now going to head home. Wilkes taking for 2. The relay throw's not going to get there. An RBI stand-up double for Devin Wilkes, and man, he is 4 for 4.
Wilkes firing on cylinders. That makes him now, he's now 6 for his last 7 across this championship series. See, he just scorched that one down the left field line. Pulls into second, and you saw Xander still couldn't try to pull a deke there as he started running as if the ball had gotten away from him, but Wilkes saw it.
Well, the Stompers have had no answer for the Oaks offense in game 2. The do or die for the Stompers right now as they trail 7-0. First pitch to Johnson, off speeder that hits the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. So Wilkes now has 3 RBIs on the day. That was his first double. He singled his last 3. Johnson today 1 for 2 with a walk and a run. The 0-1. Johnson just gets under that but fouls it off to the right.
And Nolan Johnson, a guy who had an infield single his last time up. We've seen him strong defensively as well at first base and behind the plate.
The payoff pitch from Howard. That's a off foul to the right. Remains an 0-2 count to the catcher. As the Oaks with what right now is a commanding 7-0 run, or 7-0 lead. A fly ball out to center field. Hageman camps under, and it makes the out. But not before an RBI double from Devin Wilkes adds one more. As it's a 7-0 lead for the Oaks. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Stompers running out of time. Bottom of the 6th inning at George Sparky Anderson Field for Game 2 of the California Collegiate League Championship Series. The Oaks with a 1-0 lead in the series and a 7-0 lead in Game 2. This game is brought to you by Pizza Man Dan's. 7 different locations in Ventura County. Get your hot pie now, the official broadcast sponsor of the Conejo Oaks. As Esteban Sepulveda on the first pitch. Looks at one in the dirt. It's a 1-0 count as Howard now into his 6th inning of action. It's just the second time in both the regular season or postseason we have seen him go a total of 6. But he continues to pitch amazing on the mound. 5 scoreless innings. A sinker that just misses low and outside. Counts now 2-0.
Yeah, Gabe Howard living up to the standard of his last performance as he is still scoreless.
The 1-0. A fastball that misses outside. Now 3-0.
And Esteban Sepulveda was hit by a pitch his last time up and ended up being caught stealing on a strike him out, throw him out double play with Meaden being the strikeout batter.
3-0. Fastball that misses inside. A 4-pitch walk to get things started in the 6th inning. And, well, the Stompers really looking for any sort of offense right now. And you talk about the strike him out, throw him out. That was probably the best chance the Stompers have had all day. That was an inning that started on an error by Ethan Gonzalez. And then, yeah, the hit by pitch by Sepulveda. They had runners at the corners. They're not able to do anything with it. So the Stompers trying to get something going here as it's now bottom of the order. Trenton Keys, the left fielder. Fastball just misses outside. Keys just 1 plate appearance thus far. It's a sacrifice fly out into center field. Was able to move over Paul Lazul to third, but didn't matter at the end. Howard delivers. Fastball still misses outside. It's now a 2-0 count.
And that goes to show you, too, the Oaks have already gone through their batting order 3.5 times, and Keys is just getting his 2nd plate appearance.
Yeah, speaks volumes to just what Gabe Howard has been able to do in his first postseason start for the Oaks. The 2-0 pitch. Another fastball, misses outside yet again. So similar location, all outside. It's up to a 3-0 count to Trenton Keys. Sepulveda, during the regular season, stole 4 out of 5 bases. So 4 out of 5 attempts. The 3-0. Another fastball, that time misses outside. And it's a back-to-back 4-pitch walks for the Stompers.
Stompers beginning to chip away here in the 6th inning.
Back to the top of the order, Quinn Meaden, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout. So no outs, 2 runners on, a similar position that the Stompers were in the 3rd inning. First pitch. This time a changeup that hits the inside for a strike.
Well, Meaden was the strikeout victim on the strike him out, throw him out double play back in the 3rd inning.
That one's in the dirt for a ball. This counts now 1-1. It's the Oaks leading 7-0. Have scored runs in back-to-back innings in the 5th and the 6th. It's a 1-1 count here. The pitch. Meaden takes a strike on the inside part. Another changeup from Howard. So Howard trying to work out of some traffic here that he's put himself in early, as it was back-to-back 4-pitch walks. Sepulveda at second base and Keys at first. The payoff pitch from Howard. Buzzes. Meaden inside for a ball at 91.
Yeah, that was hair of inches.
Yeah, Meaden almost threw himself into that pitch, but it's back to a 2-2 count. No outs, 2 on. Another payoff attempt from Howard. Strike 3. He freezes Meaden with the changeup inside. And it's the first out of the inning.
Second time Meaden's gone down today, and that's a big strikeout. Great location from Gabe Howard.
So it's 6 punch-outs on the day for the sophomore from Oregon. He's now tied his second game high of 6 strikeouts. He's done that 2 other times this season. First pitch is swung on. It's Andrian that's going to drop it into left center field. Coming home is Sepulveda, and the Stompers are on the board.
And if you haven't guessed it already, that is the first hit that the Stompers have gotten today. So the no-hitter is officially over, and so is the shutout.
Yeah, Howard has been absolutely dealing. But allows his first mistake of the day, as that was Max Hadrian on a first pitch. RBI single right there brings home what is now just a 7-run ball game. First pitch fouled off to the right as Nick Sebastiani, for his 3rd time today, he's 0 for 2. Well, the Stompers have now found their first real success of the day. The 0-1 pitch. Sebastiani fouls that one straight back. An 0-2 count. Well, Sebastiani finished 3rd in the California Collegiate League with his 4 home runs. He was also 3rd on the team. Stompers as a whole led the CCL with 23 total home runs. The 0-2 pitch. That's driven right into the glove of Gonzalez. He's going to tap on second base as the second baseman does the double play himself. So the Oaks get out of the inning. They just allow 1 run, and Gabe Howard's no-hitter comes to a close, but they allow nothing more. And we head to the 7th inning, the final third of this game. The Oaks up 7-1. We are 2/3 through Game 2 of the California Collegiate League Championship Series. It's a 7-1 lead for the Oaks as David Howard now begins his 2nd inning of action. Allowed 1 run in that 6th inning off 2 total hits as Landon West now with a 1-1 count as he looks at a fastball on the outside.
Yeah, and it wasn't 2 runs thanks to a great throw by Quinn Meaden in right field to get Kendlinger trying to go for a double.
The off-speeder misses upstairs. So a 2-1 count to Landon West, and with a pitcher like this, kind of have to slow everything down. The 2-1. West just gets under that but fouls it to the right. So a 2-2 count here to Landon West. He's 0 for 3 on the day in the designated hitter role in back-to-back games for the Oaks. As he swings and that missed one, and They're going to call it a strike 3. They'll just have to tag him and complete the strikeout.
Almost in sort of fist bump fashion there. West just gave, because he didn't expect Sepulveda to have trouble picking up the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, Landon West pretty much just gave himself up, as now Zach Mora, who was 1 for 1 on the day, in his last 2 plate appearances, he's walked. First pitch. Mora takes the fastball on the outside. So the 1-0 pitch is chopped to short as Olympia turns around and is going to get past the first baseman, Lazul. He had trouble controlling it and he had trouble getting it to first, and it'll be an error on the shortstop and a runner at first for the Oaks.
What an effort by Olympia, though. What impressed me the most about him on that play is that even after he dropped it at first with his glove, he stayed with it. He was able to catch it in his bare hand and make the throw. He couldn't get the throw on target, but he stayed in there and, you know, possibly, I mean, wouldn't be an extra base, I would say, but just a great defensive effort.
Jax Jimenez looks at a sinker low, now 1-0. Jax Jimenez now batting from the right side, the switch hitter for the Oaks. So 1 out, 1 on now for the Oaks is Zach Mora at first base. Only 1 stolen base on the season, as it's a check at first.
And it is actually a hit on the scoreboard. It was a tough play for Olivia. It doesn't mean he couldn't have made it, but a tough one.
That one's fouled off to the right.
And we've got some foul ball scouters, it looks like, on the right field foul area.
Yeah, the people trying to get their candy. It's now a 1-1 count to Jimenez. The pitch from Howard. Just misses upstairs for another ball, 2-1. What's Ethan Gonzalez do up next? The Sonoma Stompers really got any sort of their first success in the bottom of the 6th, scoring their first running game, their first hit of the game. The 2-1. Jimenez looks at off-speeder inside and low. Counts up to a 3 balls, 1 strike.
Well, Jimenez had a big 2 RBI single his last time up. He had scorched one up the middle, and he moved to second on the throw to third.
The 3-1. Jimenez, a high chopper to short. Olympia bare hands it and is not going to make a play anywhere. So an infield single for Jax Jimenez. Now has Zach Moore at second and runner at first.
Boy, Olympia has just been dealt with some bad hands at shortstop there. He took another high chopper. It took him away from the second base bag, and Jimenez hit it so hard into the ground, and it went so high, and Olympia, again, just had no shot.
So bottom of the order, Ethan Gonzalez. Now in the batter's box. He's 0 for 3 today, but certainly his bat can come alive at any time. The first pitch. Looks an off-speeder that misses inside and low. Well, it was the first time that the Oaks won a CCL title back in 2018. They defeated the Riptide 6-2. The 1-0 pitch to Gonzalez. Drives one foul off to the right. You're probably thinking to yourself, why would they play the Riptide in the championship game? Well, it used to be in the playoffs that every team would make it. So it was only an 8-team league at that point. So the 1 would play the 8, the 2 would play the 7, etc. And just recently they have changed to this new format where now the North plays the North and they have a North winner, and the South plays the entire South and the South has a winner. So a 1-1 pitch, a fastball that misses upstairs.
It's a much more efficient playoff process now. You know, it's sooner than what is very similar to a March Madness bracket, right? In the NCAA, where, 64 teams to start out.
2-1 to Gonzalez. That's ripped into left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Zach Moore is going to hold at 3, as it's another bases-loaded situation here for the Oaks. At the top of the order, Tommy Kendlinger steps to the plate.
Smart tentative base running after the hit by Gonzalez, as Mora wanted to be 100% sure that ball was going to drop in the outfield. I'd have to imagine with 2 outs, that could be a run.
Yeah, you'd probably see Moore head home. He certainly has the wheels. So Zach Moore at third base, Jack Jimenez at second, and Ethan Gonzalez at first as Tommy Kendlinger, who is 1 for 4 on the day, his only hit coming back in the first inning. First pitch. Kendlinger rips that foul off to the right. And I agree. I mean, I think with the playoff format they have now, you know, obviously teams in the South Division don't have to travel up for a wild card game to the North. And obviously with expansion, now there being 14 teams in the league, it's a little tougher to say everyone can get in. Only 3 teams from each. The 0-1. Swing and a miss from Kendlinger. Just the off-speeder from Howard gets him. Well, both teams went into the playoffs as the #1 seed, had the bye on Tuesday of last week, or of this week. Both played on Wednesday and came out victorious. The 0-2. Swing and a miss for Kendlinger, almost put to his knees. There's a 3-pitch strikeout for Howard.
Well, Howard, you know, he's had to pitch around a run, but he's been bouncing back pretty well. And, you know, the Oaks, they've loaded the bases in this inning. But Howard, he's had some help from his defense as well, but he has been dealing strong, you know, considering that the Stompers, they're chasing 6 runs. And this is the opposite of what we saw yesterday in terms of the lead earlier on in the game than the 9th.
First pitch to Galloway, a fastball that just hits the corner of the strike zone.
We saw the Stompers yesterday with a 7-1 lead that carried into the 6th inning, and then the Oaks cut it to a 3-run lead.
So the 0-1.
Yeah. As Howard steps off, and then, you know, you saw the Stompers score a couple runs, and then the Oaks, of course, made their epic walk-off comeback, 6 runs, all in the 9th.
2 outs, bases loaded, the 0-1. Galloway takes a fastball upstairs, now 1-1.
Just a little bit high on that one.
So Howard with 2 strikeouts in this inning, the 1-1. As Galloway fouls out one off to the left. His 2 strikeouts are sandwiched between the 3 hits. Or the 3 hits that he's allowed are sandwiched between those 2 strikeouts that he's gotten. It's a 1-2 count to Galloway, 2 outs, bases loaded for the Oaks. Looking to add more to a 7-1 lead in game 2. 1-2. Galloway fouls out one straight back, just hits the very tip top of the netting. Staying alive here, 1-2.
It's getting his money's worth at the plate. We saw the Oaks really fighting against the pitchers at the plate, fouling off any pitch that they could.
The 1-2 pitch to Galloway. Looks in off-speeder outside. It's now a 2-2 count.
Galloway with 1 home run on the season. That was on the road against the Saints.
Two. Galloway, a grounder to second base, says trouble controlling his Silken, but he's able to get the throw in time to first base. So Howard able to leave bases stranded. With 2 straight retired batters, we head to the bottom of the 7th, but before we do, let's get up and stretch. Here at George Sparky Anderson Field, it's a 7-1-0 lead for the Oaks in Game 2 of the California Collegiate League Championship Series. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Oaks lead 7-1 in Game 2 of the California Collegiate League Series. If you're just joining us, I'm Jude Ocanius. Alongside me is Sammy Fawn. As Gabe Howard now enters his 7th inning of work. The first pitch is grounded to short, Mora under it, and his throw gets by. Just can't control it is Wilkes. And Silken will get there safely.
Yeah, not the fault of Zach Mora there. Wilkes, I thought he had it in his glove for a moment. It just must have slipped out. Hope it didn't go through.
There's no Cameron Hageman, who was 0 for 2 on the day. The check at first. It's not going to get there in time as Silken slides back safely.
And Gabe Howard now in his 7th inning of work.
Yeah, it's the longest he's gone all season, regular and post. First pitch to Hageman. It's in the dirt for a ball as Johnson quickly recovers. Well, even with the 7-1 lead after what we saw yesterday, no lead is safe. So the Oaks will have to finish strong just like how they started. The 1-0 to Hageman. It's in the dirt as Johnson has to get over to it, and he's not going to make the throw as it's a pass ball that allows Silken to advance to second.
That could be a key base for the Stompers here in this inning, as it's an easy one for Silken to read, as Johnson just takes it off the gear.
And the bullpen for the Oaks is now busy with Matthew Queen warming up, the right-handed pitcher from Pepperdine. The 2-0 pitch to Hageman. Now runner at second base. That one's fouled straight back. Counts now 2-1. So the Stompers in Southern California for the first time this summer have faced off versus 2 CCL South teams, both being up in Northern California, Sonoma country. The 2-1 to Hageman. That one's found back yet again, up to a 2-2 count.
Hageman putting up another nice at bat here against Gabe Howard. And, you know, I think the good way for the Stompers to start off with their goal is just, you know, try to make Howard work little by little.
2-2 count here to Hageman. Runner at second base for the Stompers. The payoff pitch just misses upstairs. It's up to a full count for the center fielder. As Hageman, a rising sophomore, Olone College, originally from Long Beach, California. Not too far here from Thousand Oaks. The payoff pitch. That's driven right past as Gonzalez, diving, is able to make it and make the throw on time. A terrific play by the second baseman. Allows nothing more than just a runner to advance.
What a play by Gonzalez, and you know that's the kind of play that Gonzalez wanted to make badly, as he lays out to his left side to stop that ball from going to the outfield and potentially save the run.
So now Kyle Olympia, who is 0 for 2 on the day, had his struggles of his own in the past 2 innings at short. Trying to make do here offensively. First pitch, a changeup that just hits inside for a strike, counts 0-1.
And the Stompers are in a position where they need as many runs as they can as soon as they can, but simplest way to score one here is to hit a ground ball to the middle of the infield. But if you're the Stompers, you want to do more than that with how desperate the situation is.
The 1 pitch. Swing and a miss as Olympia goes fishing down low. Down the count 0-2. So 1 out. Runner at third base is Xander Silken. Stompers just 90 feet away from potentially scoring another run. Howard thus far has just pitched 1 run and 1 hit baseball. The 0-2. That's just gets a piece of that, and it's fouled off to the right. Just the tip of the barrel for Olympia as he stays alive. Well, the infield is in. Payoff pitch from Howard. That's a grounder to third base as Holly takes his time and throws to first in time. Well, it's an RBI ground out for Kyle Olympia as he brings home the second run of the day for the Stompers. But it's now 2 outs for the Oaks.
Olympia able to get that run home, but now the Oaks 7 outs away from repeating and earning that title for the third time in team history.
Now, the first pitch. Fastball that misses outside to Paul Lazul. It's actually Gabriel Tapia, the senior from Sonoma State, who is now coming as the pinch hitter for Paul Lazul. So Lazul's day is over. It's the 0-1. It's a fastball that misses low and outside.
Gabriel Tapia, rising senior at Sonoma State, where he transferred from West Valley College.
The 2-0 to Tapia. It's a sinker that misses low. It's up to a 3-0 count.
He went 35 for 136 in his junior year at Sonoma State, 2025. Knocked in 12 runs.
The 3-0 pitch. Fastball down the middle. Now up to it's now a 3-1 count. As Tapia just appeared in 6 games in the regular season for the Stompers. First appearance in the 9-1 loss versus the Crawdads on July 19th. 3-1. Tapia raises a fly ball out into left foul territory. Hawley calls everyone over, moving to his right, gets the out. That's out number 3, so after allowing a hit, Howard is able to retire the next 3, and the Stompers add one more to what is now a 7-2 lead for the Oaks. We'll head to the 8th. Oaks looking to add more damage. Top of the 8th inning here at George Sparky Anderson Field of Game 2 of the California Collegiate League Series. As the Oaks are just 2 innings away from potentially securing their 3rd CCL title in program history. They lead the series 1-0 in a best-of-3 as Tyler Hawley up first, takes a fastball upstairs. Hawley 1 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts and an RBI and 2 runs. 1-0. Another fastball that misses upstairs. 2-0.
And David Howard out to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. He's allowed 1 run so far. That was in the 6th inning.
2-0. Fastball that misses outside this time. Counts now 3-0. Yeah, he is coming in, do what the Stompers really needed him to do. I mean, outside of that one run, he left bases loaded in the 7th. The 3-0 pitch is down the middle for a strike. So the 3-1 count to Holly. (3-1). Fastball misses outside. It's a 5-pitch walk for Tyler Holly, as that gets things started in the 8th. So stepping to the plate now, Devin Wilkes, who's had the hottest bat of them all today. I mean, you almost don't want to jinx him, but he is 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs, a run, and a double. Doing everything and more that the Oaks could have asked. And this is his first start of the postseason. Came in as a pinch hitter yesterday where he was productive in 3 at-bats. First pitch is found off to the left. Did not appear in the Saints win, or in the win versus the Saints on Wednesday. But in the limited time that he has been at the plate this postseason, he has made his impact felt the most. 0-1 to Wilkes. Looks an off-speeder inside for a ball. It's now a 1-1 count, ducks away from that one. So no outs, a runner on first is Tyler Holly. The Oaks trying to add a little bit more to a 7-2 lead, the 1-1. Swung on, it's a fly ball out to left field, moving to his left on the run. Able to make the play out there. I believe that's actually Gabriel Tapia.
Yeah, I believe it is. Taking over in left field.
So Trenton Keys now moves to first base as Lazul's day is over after 6 innings. As Nolan Johnson now steps to the plate. 1 out, 1 on for the Oaks. Johnson takes one in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Johnson today is 1 for 3 with a single and a run. Johnson alongside his twin brother Nate Johnson on this Oaks roster, the 1-0. As that's pieced into right center field as Meaden is going to move over to his right and make the out.
Ball tailing in favor of the outfielders in this inning.
So a pop out to left field, a pop out to right field, and back-to-back batters. Now has Landon West at the plate, who is 0 for 4. Has a pair of strikeouts in his last 2 at-bats. Now in his 2nd summer with the Oaks. First pitch. Looks at a slider that misses outside.
And West is 0 for 4 on the day. Struck out twice.
The 1-0. West just gets under that, pokes it into left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. The Oaks have 2 aboard. With Zach Moore stepping to the plate.
Well, so much for the 0 for 4. As he lines that to left field, he joins the hit party for the Oaks.
Yeah, now 15 total hits on the day for the Oaks, and
every single Oak batter has recorded at least 1 hit.
Well, Zach Moore has 2 of those 15 today. He is 2 for 2. Singled his last time at the plate. 2 outs, 2 on for the Oaks. First pitch to Mora. Looks at a fastball just outside, or upstairs. It's a 1-0 count. The Oaks right now in control with a 7-2, but they know what type of game this could be. They want to add more. The 1-0 pitch. That sails outside and away. It's now a 2-0 count. Well, for the Stompers, this is their first taste of championship CCL baseball. They made it to the North title game last year after losing to the Crawdads 4-2, the 2-0. Moore just gets under that, rips that into left center field. Hageman ranging to his right, makes the out. So powered another inning that he leaves base runners stranded for the Oaks. We head to the bottom of the 8th, which potentially, no, we head to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 7-2 ball game, Oaks. Well, the first pitching change for the Oaks comes in the 8th inning. It's now Matthew Queen, one of the relatively new pitchers who has quickly made a name for himself in this pitching staff, and we saw him versus the Blues back on July 25th. That would be that walk-off win that the Oaks were able to get. You know, just talking about that, I mean, just think about that final weekend, man, of California Collegiate League Baseball. You know, who knows what could have happened had the Riptide won that game on Sunday. So Matthew Queen first pitch, a fastball, just hits the corner of the strike zone. Last time that we saw Queen, he pitched 2 1/3 with 3 strikeouts, a run, and 2 hits. He came in for relief of Chris Lozano and the starter Cade Beloyan. The 0-1 just hits the corner of the strike zone yet again. Back-to-back fastballs, back-to-back strikes on Esteban Sepulveda.
Yeah, Matthew Queen, he has shown signs of dominance and just strong command of the strike zone and a strong work ethic on the mound.
Upstairs for a ball. Yeah, I mean, you said it best, his command. I mean, it was pretty much from the first game that we saw him versus the Riptide 2 weeks ago, or last week, I should say, where he came in, it was a blowout game, but you could just tell he was extremely confident on the mound, and it's paying off here. The 0-2. As it's tipped into the glove of Nolan Johnson. 1 batter, 1 strikeout.
And Queen is in business. So he gets Sepulveda to just get enough of a piece of that one to deflect it into the glove of Nolan Johnson.
Well, Matthew Queen, a junior at Pepperdine. He spent his past 2 seasons there. Played his high school ball in Brooklyn, New York, originally from Manhattan. He was a 2-time NYSAIS state champion. As that's fouled straight back. In his final high school game in the NYSAIS state championship in 2023, he had 12 strikeouts, allowed 1 run, pitched a complete game. Finished his high school career with 152 strikeouts. It's now the 0-1 to Trenton Keys. As the changeup misses outside for a ball. At Pepperdine in 2024, he was a 1-time West Coast Conference Freshman of the Week. The 1-1 to Keys. That's fouled straight back yet again. well, this can't be the Stompers' last offensive possession or offensive plays because they are the home team, even though we are here at George Sparky Anderson Field. So they still have 2 more innings to try to make something happen. The 1-2 to Keys. Swing and a miss. He goes fishing, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Queen.
By Matthew Queen coming on and showing no mercy as the Stompers chase 5 runs. And you know, you got to give a lot of credit to Gabe Howard, an outstanding performance. 7 innings, that is his game high this season. How about finishing on a high note for the Oaks, huh? And there's still some more baseball to play, but Oaks can feel it.
So they lead 7-2 here in the bottom of the 8th as now Anthony Shepler, the infielder, replaces Quinn Meaden. And Shepler, we saw yesterday as he looks at a ball in the dirt. Shepler was at second base yesterday where he went 1 for 4 with 2 runs, an RBI, and a double. The 1-0 pitch from Queen. That hits the outside part of the strike zone. 1-1. I mean, his control of his fastball is just dirty at times. Just the way that he gets batters to even just freeze. The 1-1. A breaking ball that just hits the inside part of that zone. It's now 1-2, and that's what you can do if you have such a dominant fastball.
Dare I say he's ruling that strike zone like a queen?
It certainly is.
Living up to his last name.
The 1-2 pitch here. That's grounded to short. Mora collects, fires to first, and a 1-2-3 for Matthew Queen in the bottom of the 8th. And just 1 inning away for the Oaks as they can taste it. They lead 7-2. We'll be right back. Heading to the final inning here at George Sparky Anderson Field as the Oaks with a 7-2 lead. As David Howard into his 3rd inning of action, it's a chopper straight to the mound and 1 pitch, 1 out for the Stompers to begin the inning.
And how about David Howard? He has been holding up there like a warrior. He's in his 4th inning of work. He's only allowed 1 run. He was fortunate enough to strand a couple base runners last inning and leave the bases loaded in the 7th.
As Ethan Gonzalez takes an off-speeder upstairs for a ball. So Gonzalez and then Tommy Kendling are due up next. Are the next 2 batters we will definitely see. The 1-0 is swung on. It's a high fly ball into right field as Meaden just a foot away from the warning track makes the out. I actually believe that's now Ben Sebastiani, the freshman from Marin Community College out there to make the play.
Yeah, and I think that's the deepest ball we've seen Ethan Gonzalez hit.
So 2 quick counts for the Oaks. As Tommy Kendlinger, the leadoff man. 1 for 5 on the day. Takes a ball on the first pitch. The Oaks lead 7-2. Kendlinger lines that one into left center field. He's going to drop for a base hit as he holds that one, but a pretty good turn at first base, but he's has a few nightmares from what happened in the 6th, so he's going to stay at 1.
A wise decision there, and that was exactly 100 miles per hour off the bat.
100. So Tommy Kendlinger aboard with 2 outs as Jacob Galloway now steps to the plate. He is 2 for 5 on the day, 2 runs, a double, and a single. Fastball that misses outside. All the Oaks can do really here is add more insurance, and I mean, if anything, if yesterday is any indicator, you want to score as many runs as possible. The 1-0 to Galloway. Takes a fastball inside this time, now 2-0. Pitch, Galloway takes one outside yet again. So 3 straight balls from Howard has it up to a 3-0 count.
Galloway has 2 hits on the day, both singles.
The 3-0. That's low for ball 4. 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. Now has 2 aboard for the Oaks.
Oaks with a 2-out threat here against David Howard. Stompers hoping, if anything, Howard will be able to finish this inning. And now, given the lead and what it is, we saw what the Oaks did yesterday. So don't you dare think that this game is over until it's over.
Well, the guy that ended it yesterday would be Tyler Hawley. He had the 2 RBI double to walk it off in game 1. All he can do here is add more to a 7-2 lead. First pitch, swing and a miss. So the Oaks faithful has come out today, and they are antsy for what could happen. The 0-1 pitch to Hawley. Looks an off-speeder outside this time, now 1-1. It's 2 outs, 2 on. Tommy Kendlinger at second base, Jacob Galloway at first. The Oaks just 4 total outs from a 3rd CCL title, 1-1. He takes a strike on the outside corner. 1-2.
That would be 4 total outs if you count the 3rd out of this inning.
So 2 outs, 2 on for the Oaks. The 1-2 pitch, off goes Kendlinger. Gets a piece of that, and that's going to into right center field. Back and go is Sebastiani. He's going to have to trace it at the wall. Kendlinger comes home. Galloway takes in. He's headed home. Hawley's headed for 3. Base clearing triple from Tyler Hawley right on cue. And oh, you can taste it. The Oaks now lead 9-2.
Boy, Tyler Hawley got his pitch and gave the Oaks the insurance they've been longing for about 3 or 4 innings. 7-run lead for the Oaks, the biggest lead that they have held in this series.
Devin Wilkes rips that into left field. It's going to just go foul off to the left, and I'll tell you what, the Oaks faithful was ready to explode had that stayed fair. And would have brought home Tyler Hawley. It's 2 outs now, an 0-1 count to Devin Wilkes, who was hot streak of 4 straight hits, ended with a fly out to left field, but still a dominating game. 4 for 5, the 0-1. Swinging at Mr. Wilkes. That off speed just got Wilkes all tied up.
Yeah, that one It's dropped away from Wilkes. A good one by Howard.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Another off speed as Wilkes goes down 3 straight strikes. And so we head to the bottom of the 9th. It's one final chance for the Stompers. They lead 9-2, and you can feel it. Well, we're into the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Oaks are just 3 outs away. In Game 2 of the California Collegiate League World Series, it's the 2-3-4 for the Stompers. First pitch, a fastball that misses upstairs.
Matthew Queen in his second inning of work. Just a 1-2-3-8 with 2 strikeouts, and he's looking to finish things off here and seal the deal on the title for the Oaks.
The 1-0 to Handren. A curveball that just hits the inside part, the outside parts. Now 1-1.
Queen's curveball is just brutal to the Stompers hitters, and it's been that way all season.
The 1-1. Handren fouls that off to the left. So Handren is 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. He drove home the first run for the Stompers back in the 6th inning. Payoff from Queen. Swing and a miss. The Oaks are now 2 outs away.
You can continue to feel it here at George Sparky Anderson Field. The anticipation and just that lust of the Oaks to get their hands on that title.
The Oaks leading 9-2. It's now Sebastiani. First pitch, an off-speeder strike that hits the outside part of the zone.
Nick Sebastiani not in a walk-off scenario here, but a chance to pull off some last-minute magic for the Stompers.
The 0-1. Sebastiani this time looks at a ball. Well, due up next will be Xander Silkin. So the Oaks just 2 outs away. The 0-1. An off-speeder, a slider that just hits the outside part of the strike zone. A good framing job there by Nolan Johnson. It's a 1-2 count. Payoff pitch from Queen. That's a fly ball out into right field. Kendlinger moving all the way to his left, not able to make the diving grab as Sebastiani digs in for 2. He's headed for 3. The relay throw's not going to come in until it's too late. It's a triple from Sebastiani and keeps any sort of hope for the Stompers alive.
Certainly a a good start for some hope. The Stompers chasing 7 runs with 2 outs to go, but you saw what the Oaks did yesterday, and we realized anything is possible.
So now Xander Silkin was 0 for 3 on the day. 1 out, 1 on. Silkin takes a slider outside for a ball, 1-0. Well, Matthew Queen, a 2-time high school champion. First season with the Oaks, the 1-0. That's lined up the middle. It's going to shoot past shortstop Zach Moore. It's an RBI single for Xander Silkin as it's back-to-back hits. As that's the 3rd run of the game for the Stompers, now 9-3.
Well, the Stompers are not going down that easy. Working some 9th inning magic on back-to-back hits after an out, a triple by Sebastiani, and then an RBI single by Silkin.
So Cameron Hageman now at the plate. 1 out, 1 on. First pitch from Queen. That one's found straight back. So Queen, the first 2 hits he's allowed in his appearance today. It was a 1-2-3 inning in the 8th. The 0-1. Off goes a runner. That's grounded. Moore is going to get past as he eats him up. And now Silkin headed to 3rd. As another defensive error for the Oaks as they have to try to compose themselves here. As now runners at the corners.
Yeah, Moore just flinched right there. He got frazzled right at the last second. He had that one, but just pulled his glove too early. The ball just, it was hit pretty hard, and it just went right under him.
So the Stompers trying to pull the same storybook ending here. 1 out, runners at the corner. Off goes Hageman. The throw down just drops out of Johnson's hands. So a stolen base for Hageman now has runners at 2nd and 3rd.
Well, at the very least, the Stompers looking to decline that double play scenario for the Oaks. They still could turn a double play in a different way. A couple different ways.
Now Kyle Olympia, he's 0 for 3 on the day, and Queen's gonna call time. Pull over Johnson, they're gonna have a little chat. It's a quick one, but probably a needed one after back-to-back hits. 3 straight hits, I should say. 1-0 to Kyle Olympia. Fastball just on the outside corner. A good framing job by Nolan Johnson. It's a 1-1 count.
We'll see if the Stompers can take any sort of advantage of that gift.
Well, the Sonoma Stompers, even being down 9-3, are showing some fight here in the 9th. Their dugout is into it. The fans have gotten into it. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2, and the Oaks respond with their own cheers. So certainly the tension is building up here at George Sparky Anderson Field. The 1-2 pitch just misses outside. It's now a 2-2 count. And that's going to be met with some boos from the Oaks faithful, as they thought they got one right there. But Matthew Queen now with a 2-2 count. It's 2 outs. The payoff pitch. It's a high fly ball to foul territory. Schwartz moving over to his left, gets the out. So Gabriel Tapia steps to the plate with 2 outs, 2 on. The first pitch from Queen. It's a fastball right down the middle, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Queen. Strike 2. Oaks fans have got on their feet. The dugout is jubilant. And the 0-2 pitch for the CCL title. Swing and a miss. Glory has been restored. The Oaks are back-to-back California Collegiate League champions as they defeat the Sonoma Stompers 9-3.
What a finish by the Oaks. And this all goes back to yesterday's thriller for the Oaks in walk-off fashion when they upset the Stompers. The Stompers, they had their chances in this game, but the Oaks, they came out firing at the plate right away. From the first inning when they scored 2 runs, end up scoring 9 total on the day. And you know, you got to talk about the pitching too. Gabe Howard with 7 innings, allowing just 2 runs on the day. And you know, Matthew Queen had some trouble in that that 9th inning, but he was able to hang in there and pitch like the ace that he is. And Oaks, the season they have had this year, they are much deserving of a repeating CCL championship team.
Oaks fans, you take a sigh of relief. It was a stressful 9th inning. You can exhale. They have finally won back-to-back years the CCL title, and I mean, they just showed fight here. I mean, this was a completely different type of game. We thought maybe the Sonoma Stompers were going to come back out of it, but yeah, you talk about Gabe Howard, you talk about Matthew Queen, but the Oaks now just become the 4th team in CCL history to be back-to-back champions. And for Coach David Solis, it's now his 3rd title.
Yeah, and what a run he has had. He's, he's in his 20th year coaching this team, and he has seen it all. He has seen this team go through thick and thin this season. He saw, the struggles that this team has overcome. And the Oaks, having not played a lot of CCL North teams this season, and having an up and down couple of games against the San Luis Obispo Blues, but this playoff, nothing but dominance in the Oaks' favor here at George Sparky Anderson Field.
Yeah, the Oaks end the postseason 3-0. They sweep the Sonoma Stompers in a best-of-3 game series, and well, Sammy, it's been an absolute pleasure. We've done this for, this has, 40 games? First season here with the Conejo Oaks, they were able to win it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw them clinch it last year following from home and on social media, and to actually be able to cover it this year and to watch it all right here at Cal Lutheran. It's special, and it's been a pleasure to be on the call with you, Jude, and to be with this spectacular crew. And a big shout out to our Director of Operations, McKenna Solis, Assistant Director Rebecca Wilson,
and the rest of people that make this work. The game day operators, the interns, the social media. This is a group effort. Even our statisticians, Colin and Liam, who have been with us all season in the booth. Man, it has been a pleasure. And the Oaks, they do it. You can say it. The Oaks are California Collegiate League champions for a 2nd straight season. It's their 3rd title in program history. Why not go for the 3-peat?
Hey, if the Yankees can do it, so can the Oaks.
There you go. Well, for one last time, alongside Sammy Fawn, I am Gito Kanyas, and your Conejo Oaks are CCL champions once again. And we'll leave it at that. Enjoy the rest of your summer